Welcome to our countdown of the 10 most shocking things Americans don't know about the world. You might think, oh come on, Americans are probably just a little geographically challenged, maybe they mix up their Belgiums and their Denmarks. And sure, that happens. But this, my friends, goes way beyond mistaking Austria for Australia. Prepare to be amazed by some surprising facts that might just change the way you see the globe. We're about to expose some truths so shocking, so mind-boggling, you'll be questioning everything you thought you knew. Buckle up, because things are about to get real weird, educational. Let's kick things off with a continent that often gets overlooked, misunderstood, and frankly, incredibly underestimated: Africa. Now, I'm not talking about its cultural impact or its incredible history, though those are conversations we definitely need to have. No, today we're talking sheer size because, dear friends, Africa is massive. And I don't just mean kind of big, I mean could swallow the USA, China and India whole and still have room for a light snack kind of big. Seriously, look at a map. It's practically bursting out of the seams. It's like the world's overstuffed suitcase and everything's just spilling out. You could fit the entire continental United States into Africa 3 times over. 3. You could lose China in there. You could probably lose Texas in there. And let's be honest, nobody wants to lose Texas. Next up, we're taking a trip around the world, or at least we would be if we could remember all the stops. Because apparently a lot of Americans struggle to name all 195 countries in the world. 195. That's a lot of flags to memorize, I'll give you that. But still, you'd think with all the globe-trotting and international espionage happening in movies, we'd have a better grasp on the whole nations of the world thing. It's like going to a party and only knowing the names of the people who brought the beer. Don't get me wrong, those are important people, but there's a whole lot more going on at that party, a whole lot more to explore. Now let's talk about population density, shall we? Because when it comes to people, India's got them. With over 1.3 billion people and counting, it's the second most populous country on the planet. Hot on the heels of China. That's more people than the entire population of Europe combined. Imagine trying to organize a potluck with that many people. The logistics alone would be mind-boggling. It's no wonder India has such a vibrant and diverse culture, with so many people bringing their own unique traditions and perspectives to the table. Chapter 4. South Africa, the Rainbow Nation. Hold on to your hats, folks, because South Africa's about to blow your mind with its linguistic diversity. Forget your piddly little 2 or 3 official languages. South Africa laughs at your paltry attempts at multilingualism. They've got 11. 11, that's more official languages than there are flavors of ice cream at most parlors. And it's not just for show, folks. This linguistic tapestry reflects the country's rich and complex history, a melting pot of cultures and languages that have come together to create something truly unique. Chapter 5, New Zealand, not Australia's little brother. Okay, this next one's a bit of a geography fail. It seems like some Americans have a hard time distinguishing between Australia and New Zealand. Now, I get it. They're both down there, way down there, hanging out below the equator like a couple of upside-down adventurers. But here's the thing. They're separate countries. New Zealand, with its stunning landscapes and hobbits, is a whole different kettle of fish, or kiwi, as they might say. So, next time you're looking at a map, remember, Australia is the big one, shaped like a slightly inebriated steak knife, and New Zealand is the smaller, cooler one off to the side. Chapter 6. Russia, the time zone traveller. Speaking of vast and confusing, let's talk about Russia, shall we? This sprawling behemoth of a country spans 11 time zones. 11. That means while you're sipping your morning coffee on the west coast, someone on the east coast of Russia is already tucking into dinner. It's like living in a perpetual time warp, where it's always someone's birthday or someone's missing their bedtime. Just try scheduling a Zoom meeting with that kind of time difference. It's enough to make your head spin faster than a borscht-fueled cosmonaut. Chapter 7, North Korea, the Literacy Enigma. Now, for a country shrouded in mystery and more than a little controversy, North Korea, despite its isolation and often baffling propaganda, North Korea boasts a 100% literacy rate. Yes, you heard me right, 100%. Now, whether or not that figure tells the whole story is up for debate, but it's certainly a fascinating statistic. It's like finding out your eccentric neighbor who only communicates through interpretive dance and smoke signals actually has a PhD in astrophysics. You just never know what's going on behind closed doors. Chapter 8, Indonesia, the island hopper's paradise. Hold on to your swim trunks, folks, because we're diving into the Indonesian archipelago. A nation so spread out it makes island hopping look like a leisurely stroll. With over 17,000 islands, Indonesia takes the crown for the world's largest archipelago. That's more islands than Starbucks, locations worldwide. Imagine trying to visit them all. You'd need a lifetime supply of sunscreen, a boatload of frequent flyer miles, and a serious case of wanderlust. It's enough to make even the most seasoned traveler feel like they've barely scratched the surface. Chapter 9, Germany, where the beer flows freely, almost. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite beverage, beer. Specifically, let's talk about Germany, the land of Lederhosen, Oktoberfest, and surprisingly liberal drinking laws. That's right, folks. In Germany, you can legally enjoy a refreshing stein of beer or a glass of wine at the tender age of 16. That's right, 16. Meanwhile, in the US, you're still stuck drinking lukewarm soda and pretending to like it. It's enough to make you want to pack your bags and hop on the next flight to Berlin or Munich or really anywhere with a decent beer garden. Chapter 10, the Amazon rainforest, our planetary lungs. And finally, we end our journey with a stark reminder of the power and importance of nature. The Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the planet, is so vast, so teeming with life, that it produces a staggering 20% of the world's oxygen. That's right, 1/5 of every breath you take comes courtesy of this incredible ecosystem. It's a humbling thought, and one that should give us all pause. The Amazon is not just a pretty forest, it's a vital organ of our planet, and its health is inextricably linked to our own. Well, there you have it, folks. 10 shocking facts that prove the world is a stranger, more wonderful and often more confusing place than we might realize. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more amazing content. And be sure to let us know in the comments which fact surprised you the most. Were you shocked by the sheer size of Africa? Did you struggle to name all 195 countries? Or are you already booking your flight to Germany for a celebratory beer? Whatever your reaction, remember, the world is full of surprises, so stay curious, my friends. Until next time.